Well, Andrew, we've been talking about the outlook for 2011. What do you see from where you sit with the Zenith Provecta?
I think we're quite lucky in one sense, in that most of our customers are large national and international businesses, and even when you were in the darkest days of the downturn of a few years ago, the recession, post-credit crunch, etc., a lot of those businesses still continued to trade extremely well, and I think that did shield us from some of the downturn and the bad news that went on. However, there was another part of our business that was very much linked into sort of asset prices. That's what's a car going to be worth in a few years' time, and also in relation to the banks, where we did really feel a lot of pain. Now, what do I feel for this year is that if you're lucky enough to be in the right sector, and as the banking world starts to calm down, well, we're broadly positive about the direction our business is taking and the opportunities that are there. We still think that we haven't really seen the full fallout of the downturn yet, particularly in the financial sector, property sector, and all the rest of it. And I think there's quite a lot of pain and change to come there, but in some ways those changes do create opportunities for smaller management-owned businesses like Zenith. So generally good news, I would say.
Looking at the wider sort of business picture, I know you feel quite strongly that businesses have to really make their point known to, whether it be to banks, to the government, and business has to really have a unified voice to try and get that voice heard.
Well, I don't think that it'd be great if they had a unified voice. I mean, that might be hoping for a bit much. It'd be nice for them just to have a voice, and I think at the end of the day, business can't complain of what it's given. At the end of the day, it has to make its own voice heard, and I think that's incumbent on people running businesses or in business to actually put their side of the agenda, because a lot of our working life is governed around what legislators decide is going to happen, what the government decides is going to happen, what the European government's going to decide is going to happen. And life's very complicated to start off with without all those other complications. So I think that we collectively as a group need to start thinking we're at the centre of society rather than some special subgroup, and we're allowed an opinion and we're allowed to force our opinion, and I don't think that would be bad news for the economy. I don't think it'd be bad news for the country. In fact, I think it'd be very good news if we started to see a bit more of a positive face of business put back into the wider public perception of what business is, which it's either fat cat or somebody's been made redundant. Well, actually the real world is we're all here striving to work hard to make careers for ourselves and create value for our families and friends and employees and colleagues and all that kind of thing.
And what's your opinion about what would you like to see happen this year as far as business is concerned?
Well, everybody just wants stability and they want clarity, but bearing in mind that those things aren't always easy to achieve, I think a more constructive, clear legislative approach by government, I think more incentives around encouraging good behaviours rather than trying to discourage bad behaviours, and I think you could do a lot around encouraging business in terms of tax breaks and encouraging growth around tax breaks, but you have to be careful about what you encourage, because you don't want to create a lot of the excesses that we're just trying to get over. But I think in general, those well thought through incentives will actually pull growth and excitement and create opportunity. So just a bit more thought around how you really reward good behaviour and good performance, really.